right, let me ask you a question.
What's up?
At what age, or I guess part of your life, did you start to realize that your friend circle went from co-ed to just dudes?
The realization, maybe like high school, before high school.
Really? Hello, I was in your friend group.
Yeah, but when did I'm not really sure. Maybe it's got to be young that I realize it.
That your friend group went from co-ed to...
Like just mainly dudes?
Yeah.
Yeah, because it happened for a while when I was young.
No, I don't think you're listening to my question. Like, for instance, were you in your late 20s, your 30s, when you realized, oh, most of my friends, like close friends, are dudes?
Maybe now.
As opposed to, you know, when you were in your early 20s and it was a mix of men and women in your group. That were your people, that were your friends, that you were close with. And then it's almost like as you get older, that ratio, there's just a larger gap.
I think that was young, when I was young still. I know we were friends, but it's not like I had a whole lot of friends that were girls in high school.
Really? That's interesting. I feel like you did.
Yeah. Were you looking for the opposite answer that, like, I would say, like, in my 20s or something?
No, actually. Even that is pretty young.
Yeah, no, like, definitely young.
Really? That's fascinating.
It's not like I could openly be like, hey, Mom, my friend Jessica is coming over to hang out. Then she'd be like, what do you mean your friend Jessica?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it was always dudes. I may as well have gone to an all-boys high school.
That is interesting.
Yeah, the way my mom, and my parents were.
You guys are seeing in real time my complete.
I don't remember my brothers bringing girls over, like, to hang out. Like, I remember their guy friends coming over to hang out, and my mom loving them. But, like, a girl to bring over, like, to hang out with exclusive, like, alone, I don't think that was in my mindset. Yeah. Not that I was against it, but if I were to if you and I were friends in high school, but if I were like, hey, Nikki, you want to come over and play PlayStation or something? It's not like we could do that. Like, my parents would be like, why do you have a girl coming over?
Oh my God. Guys, you are, this is genuine shock, by the way. Like, yeah. That was, I apologize. On air, I apologize.
Could you bring guys over as friends?
Yes.
Okay. And your mom wouldn't be like, well, why are you friends with him?
I mean, she would obviously want to meet them. I mean,
I love you, Nancy. You're an amazing woman.
It's more like I would invite them if she was having like a barbecue and stuff like that. And so that's where I would do the introducing and then just be like, this is my friend or whatever. And then,
I mean, maybe.
I mean, it wasn't like I was unsupervised either.
Like, if my brothers are listening and they had a completely different experience growing up, please tell me. But I cannot remember us ever bringing any girl over unless we were dating them.
By the way, we have it. Hi.
And Rudy had friends who were girls.
Hi. You're in trouble, I'm sure. Listening to Bubble Bath Stories, by the way. Yeah. Your favorite 15-minute podcast. That was the longest intro, but that was, you are seeing in real time the shock. Like, I just learned. I apologize on air, too, because I was getting so frustrated with you and your answer. But, like, I get it now.
Yeah, you know, I know other people, it's not like I didn't see it. I never really questioned it, I guess. But, like, yeah, like, if I had to think about it right now, yeah, I don't think I was brought up in a home that was comfortable with bringing the opposite sex over to hang out unless there were intentions.
Oh, wow. That's some old school shit, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, and nothing against my parents on that.
Yeah, that was just their vibe.
Yeah, like they were raising 5 boys.
Right.
That can't be easy for anyone.
Right. So This episode, I'm sorry, I'm still in shock. We are talking about co-ed friendships. Now, with that being said, yes, I know we started as friends. And bear with us. We are aware.
We're a terrible example when it comes to like somebody saying something like, "Oh, you don't got to worry about him." We're a terrible example. However, we're also a really great example of what it's like to be friends.
I mean, yes to all that. There's no denying any of that.
Yeah.
So we are talking about the do's and don'ts about it, and one thing that came to mind when we were doing research about this topic was if it is research. I mean, it's life experience. Let's be honest. But something that I wanted to know was what would cause you to stop being friends with somebody of the opposite sex. I know it's a very layered question.
Yeah, it is, because the truth is, like, not a lot. All of my friends who are females, and you know who you are, I treat them just like I treat any of my guy friends who are females.
Girlfriend included.
Because a lot of my guy friends act like females sometimes.
Oh my God.
I don't treat anybody differently. I don't do differently because they're women. I hold doors open for anybody. But I'll tell a friend who's a woman to go take the trash out because we're all taking the trash out. Like I talk to everybody the same way.
Right.
So I would say anything that would cause me to not want to talk to a person in the first place. However, if you're like a friend of mine because we met through one of my friends, like you're dating him, I mean, the friendship there comes first.
Right.
If you were to do something that compromises my relationship with anybody else, definitely that's grounds for like no.
Right. Okay, so a nosy Nelly. You don't want a nosy Nelly?
I don't think if we're all friends, there shouldn't be secrets.
Cause why? Secrets don't make friends.
Like if we're not, if my homie has a girlfriend and I never hang out with her,
that's fine.
Whatever you're doing is between you and him, and that's your relationship. But if we're going to each other's, celebrate, like if I'm hanging out with you outside of him because like you're helping me pick out some shoes for a date or something, then you do something. No, that's wrong. Like now, one, I'm confronting you, and I'm telling you, you got one day to tell this guy, or less.
Yes, you're not an ally.
Yeah, I'm not an ally. Definitely, that's a great way to say it.
Yeah, you're not an ally.
Yeah, I'm not an ally. Like,
you have boundaries, and they apply to like everyone. So it's nothing specific. That's interesting. I like that.
What about you?
If you're overbearing, I think like sometimes people like to play this like, oh, I'm big brother, I'm brother role, and I for one am not like easy to be like, this person's like a brother to me. Like if I say that about someone, then that means a lot. Like we've been through something together, whatever. So when they take it upon themselves to like treat me like a younger sibling, and they're like overbearing and not kind to the people that I bring around, or like haze or whatever it is. Or
like they're almost like they're trying to watch over you.
Yeah, I don't
it's
like
unasked
that.
For, though.
Yeah,
I get that. Yeah, like I'm not asking for a brother.
Yeah.
I get that. Let me ask you this: when it comes to co-ed friendships, would you say most of your guy friends have been made organically, just you and them? Or has it always been like you met them through someone they were dating? Most of my female friends I've met through the dude they were dating.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, I would say they've been cultivated by me.
Like, because unless you went to high school with me.
Right.
Most of my female friends, I met through their boyfriends. Some of them, I say friends with them and didn't stay friends with the boyfriend.
I say in my adult life,
yeah,
they've been cultivated by me.
Yeah.
More than not through work, I would say. And that has been good for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I haven't really had any problems, if I'm being honest with you. Because I feel like, me personally, I know my role.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want no smoke from nobody's female. I don't want, I am friend. I know my place, and that is it.
Yeah.
But I think still sometimes, we were talking about this earlier. I think sometimes it's other people's burden.
Yeah.
But somehow I feel guilty but I'm not doing any, nothing's happening, whatever. But I also know, if my friend comes to me and is like, we can't be friends because whoever my wife, my girlfriend, whoever isn't comfortable, I will be sad about it. But I also know what my role is.
Yeah, that's
I'm not going up against a wife.
That's what makes it tough too. It makes it less approachable as well. Because I got friends from work.
Yes.
But when it's outside of work, it's hard to make friends with the opposite sex without that layer of intention being there.
Creepiness.
That I don't even have,
It's a creepiness.
Yeah, that layer of creepiness. Yeah, that layer of creepiness.
Yeah, no, I totally get that.
Yeah.
Damn. Is there okay, for me, I think, because we are in a relationship and we are friends.
Yeah.
But I will say in the past, my biggest thing has always been transparency. I want whoever I'm dating and my guy friends to get along. I want them to mesh. I want that sense of community. But
I think more than one thing is necessary, especially if there's longevity in it.
And I think that if somebody is hesitant about it, about meeting, that's a red flag on the plate. That is a red flag on the plate.
Yeah.
Okay? Why you don't want us to meet?
Yeah.
What's up?
That's what I said. You can't keep secrets if we're all going to be friends.
That is true. Which is also, you have to disclose if you guys slept together. It's going to come out.
That's why I say we're a bad example. That's why I say we're a bad example. You have to disclose
if you slept with each other, okay? You cannot be with somebody and also have them be friends with somebody that you had relations with and everybody knows but them. That's crazy, okay? Just be transparent about the situation.
Yeah, I was dumb growing up, but you live and you learn. You brought up something that you wrote down about why it's healthy, why it's good to have co-ed friendships.
Oh yes, okay. So this was this article that I found on HuffPost Huffington.
I love that. Yeah, I love that.
One of the things that really stood out to me, right? It's 6 reasons why co-ed friendships are good. One of the things that stuck out to me was a sibling bond.
Okay, because
they just said people who are overbearing, right?
Yeah.
But I think that's different than a sibling bond.
Yes.
Because it's more of a trust of I have your back, you have my back, and it's kind of your boss or whoever it is that is your common enemy is almost like a parent. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That I get, and it's crazy because I have all sisters. Mm-hmm. And so there's not a lot of, brother situation. So I do feel like I look for that more.
I think what you look for when it comes to the sibling bond is what I actually project with my female friends, which is more like the sibling bond of two people who were born the same day, same month, same. nobody's older than anybody, so nobody's looking out for anybody above. It's more of a let's get into Scrabbles together.
You want a right hand man, henchman,
right hand man, like a dynamic duo.
Yes,
not like you're over me.
Right.
Because you're not my big brother. That's what you don't want.
Yes.
Yeah, you're looking more for the dynamic duo.
Friendship, guys. Friendship.
You put they also say that you are unbiased,
honest opinions.
Yes. Okay, so you want me to read them all? I was going to read all of them. Okay, yeah.
Just read them.
Guys and girls don't compete with one another. Facts.
Yeah. Guys and girls don't compete with one another.
Unless they're going for...
And that's for attention and stuff, right?
Well, I think for anything.
Yeah.
Unbiased, honest opinions. I believe in that.
Yeah, because,
I think that's true.
Yeah, because I've had plenty to come with me to pick things out for dates that I'm going on and stuff,
Yeah, I'm thinking more for me along the lines of this doesn't feel right. I don't think so, Tim.
You do definitely need outside opinion when you're seeking counsel for stuff.
The other one was opinion about the opposite sex. You can kind of run like, hey, is this normal? Distraction. They're fun, they don't want to. For me personally, I don't like talking about my feelings. So
and so these are all things that help you with growth. These are all things that help you with growth, right?
And then it was coming of age. This was also interesting. A certain dual maturity can be achieved through learning that every woman or man that you are attracted to or cool with is not a conquest waiting for the taking. Mm-hmm. Having a BFF of the opposite sex helps one to understand how to cultivate non-sexual relationships with others. That is also, hello, incels.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it, but
diversity.
Yes.
Diversity.
Yes.
You need it.
Yeah.
We can talk all we want about this. However, let's just see what the experts say.
Okay, let's listen to the experts.
All right. So the experts, we checked it out with Lambert Couples Therapy. They're based in California, right? They said if you're
gonna have friends of opposite sex, there are definitely rules that have to be established.
Okay.
So what I want to know is what you agree, disagree about some of these rules.
All right, let's do it.
All right. So first rule, they say at some point
the relationship needs to be defined. I completely agree with that. I don't think, because of the way society is, I don't think you can have friends of opposite sex without clearly defining that this is a friendship. Because if there's harbored feelings at either end, that's the thing that makes things weird. So,
do you just flat out tell them, or is your approach more? Do you have a thing that you do to establish?
Nonverbal.
What do you do? Is it anything? I feel like if I use your bathroom, or I tell you I'm going to the bathroom. If I'm just very open that I'm using the bathroom,
I'll tell you one thing I would do at parties.
We are friends.
I'll tell you one thing I'll do at parties.
What?
You get your own drink.
Ooh.
Everybody else is getting their own drink.
Damn.
Oh, can you give me a beer? Oh, I'm actually not coming back over. I'm going to walk towards the pool after this.
Why are you so petty? Just seems petty.
You gotta do certain things.
That is so, but that is also just so. Oh my god. Okay,
it's not like
what else are they saying?
It's not like I'm walking over hey Anthony, I got you a beer too.
What else are they saying? Well, you have no manners. What else are they saying?
All right. Avoid excessive physical contact.
Okay, that feels fair enough.
That feels definitely fair.
Yes.
Because actually, guys are weird.
Why?
Because I was gonna say it's not like you would play butt grabbing with your dude friend, but I'm yeah, we do that too.
All right, what else we got?
Refrain from sharing primary relationship issues with them.
This one I don't agree with. I don't agree with this one.
I don't agree with it either.
But this is what the therapist is saying. So are we wrong? They're saying when you read into it is that you shouldn't share things that you would share with your primary person, So like that I shouldn't go to people about personal issues you and I would be talking about. But I think that's just seeking outside opinions. And it also says that you shouldn't go to this specific person that's in question about your relationship issues. Because it would cross some sort of boundary. I don't agree with that either.
I mean, I think it depends on the level of friendship, right?
Okay.
Like, just because we're friends at work doesn't mean I'm going to tell you all my business. I'm going to keep it cute and light, you know? But if, like, we're hanging outside of work and we are having, like, social interactions with each other, then, again, it's a level of trust. I'm trusting that I'm telling you this for your perspective. But before that, it's also important that whatever you're saying to this friend, you are somehow communicating to your partner too. Like you leaving your partner out of the loop.
Yeah.
And them finding out things through your friend or whatever is how you get in trouble.
Like one of those, like, she told you what?
Huh?
Yeah. Be honest about your intentions. Yes. Mm-hmm. Don't string somebody along. Yeah. There's a whole How I Met Your Mother episode about that, right?
Yeah. Oh, isn't the whole thing about that?
Yeah, right. Share your intensity of your love for your primary partner.
Oh. So, I mean, basically, I guess they're saying that make sure to tell that person that you love your husband or whatever.
Yeah, like you shouldn't be complaining about, like, only complaining.
These are specific rules they say, right?
But what was interesting is that they also have rules for your partner.
Ooh,
so
tell me more.
One thing is,
and this is all like these rules like for your partner are mainly so like they won't start feeling things like jealousy,
right,
or lack of intimacy,
right.
So they say, one, you need to consider the length of the friendship
before you two met.
That is true. I believe in that.
Definitely.
Consider that you may project your insecurities and preconceived notions onto your partner. In and of itself, men and women can successfully become close friends. There is no one right way to do a relationship.
I guess they're saying that, like, just because you feel like you can't make it happen doesn't mean everybody in the world can.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. Yeah. I know that there are people. In fact, we just established that at the beginning of this episode. Yeah. I was not able to do that.
Yeah.
For whichever reason it is.
Can I tell you, it makes so much sense now about so many things.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
That's a whole nother episode, guys.
So yeah, just because your partner, if they're feeling like, if they say you can't be friends with the opposite sex, just because they believe that Harry met Sally thing, then doesn't mean that everybody does.
People make it work. They do say to recognize the source
of your feelings. So it's like, why do you feel so jealous?
Because someone probably cheated on
something happened
with somebody who was like, they're just a friend.
Yeah. That's got nothing to do with my buddy.
All right, what else you got on here?
The last one is recognize that your partner may actually be doing you a favor by inadvertently pointing out your triggers.
What do you think about that? Feels a little gaslighting.
Yeah.
I don't know. That feels a little gaslighting. I don't know. For me, I don't know. I need further explanation on that.
Well, we'll put it up on the.
All right. I saw you had some names on our notes.
I did. Well, because like the more we talked about it, the more I thought to myself, like, basically, like everybody's always looking for like a clear example of that, right? People who make it work. And where else but television, obviously. And I did find a list where they talked about like 20 on-screen friend duos
Okay.
of opposite sex and that make it work. I didn't agree with all of them, but
Some of these I did think were worth mentioning.
Okay, and I'll tell you if it's true or not.
Joey and Phoebe from
Ye-
Friends.
Yes. He did hook up with her
Good
sister.
example or bad example then? Because we didn't
it's
talk
a good
about
No,
that.
it's a good example, but he did hook up with her twin sister.
Her twin sister.
Yeah.
So he's basically seen her naked.
I mean, no. Okay, no, that's a good example. Okay, who's
That's
next?
a good example.
Who's next?
They're going to make it as friends.
Yes.
Yes. They
Joey
also,
Tribbiani?
now, this is a
Really good example, I think.
Jack Donahue and
And Liz Lemon from 30 Rock.
Yes, but I will say it started off as to me it started off as a mentorship and then blossomed into a friendship,
Yes.
but they did hate each other in the beginning.
They did hate each other.
So
yeah.
that's a good I'll give that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think they're... Yeah.
I agree with it.
If you see Ted Lasso,
Yes.
Ted and Rebecca.
Yes.
I think this is a great example.
I think this is very Liz Lemony and Jack Donahue.
Yeah, well... Yeah, definitely. But, it's crazy because he's her employee. So she really didn't have to seek counsel with him.
Yes. Yeah. It's a
It's pretty cool. Leslie Knope and Ron Swanson.
Yes.
Those were...
They were parallel.
Yeah.
They worked together.
They worked together.
Reluctantly on Ron's part, but
Yeah.
together.
But
He respected her.
Yes.
And he didn't... He even said, he had a... just realization about it many times. You
yes.
and who else? So this one I thought was worth talking about. Steve and Rob.
Robin from Stranger Things.
I mean, but she's a lesbian.
So he originally had feelings for her, right?
Yeah.
Before he knew that she was a lesbian.
Okay.
So he had to get over it, so that they could have a friendship.
I mean, I don't know.
Is that considered something?
I don't know. They're competing with each other because they're into the same
Wait,
body parts.
Somebody could be like, well, I don't care if you're a lesbian. I can still like you.
No, that's not it. Is that how one of the things is men and women don't compete, but in this situation you would be.
You're gonna compete.
Yeah. So I don't know.
That friendship may not last.
Yeah. What are your do's and don'ts of having a co-ed friendship? Let us know, and we'll tell you how.
Actually, also, do you have a great story of your opposite sex best friend and how you guys know each other?
Yeah.
I think
meet cute friendship style.
Yeah, how did you meet your best friend who's the opposite sex?
And we'll show you how.
And we'll show you how to make it work.
You guys can find us. God, you distracted me. You guys can find us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook at Bubble Bath Stories, and you can find me at Nicky Trendz on IG.
You can find me at Got No Time for This.
Oh my God!
On IG.
You can also, if you want some official merchandise, you can head over to our website, bubblebathstories.co. And if you want to call us and maybe tell us about your bestie of the opposite sex, or maybe a friendship you had to cut off that was the opposite sex.
Ooh, I definitely want to hear that story.
You guys can hit us up on our hotline. And that number is below, but I believe it's 347-878-1144.
To be corrected in editing for one thing. That's it. That's the only thing we'll fix.
Oh, wait. Did I get it right?
Well, let me check.
Let me see. Did I say that? 347-878-1144. I'm going to run this back.
Okay.
I'm going to run this back. I feel like that's what I said. How dare you? How dare you? Until next time. Bye.